I was conflicted because my buddy Tukey, El Horrible, B. Dabbler, did a fine interview yesterday with one of his moles that was in the Stuttering John camp. Apparently, Dabbling Dan has turned on Stuttering John and gave all sorts of information. And when he's saying stuff like, he revealed that when John picks up his children, he has to meet them like a block away from the house because the stepdad doesn't want him near their home. And that's what I was like, A, I actually kind of felt bad for John when I heard that. If it's true, I have no idea. But B, I was like, do we know too much about this man now?
Yes.
You know? Like, are we too...
You know? He doesn't really have much.
If I moved into a house and 5 months in, 6 months in, whatever it's been, they're like, hey, you haven't paid your electric bill. And I'm like, oh, God, what is it? And they were like, $325. I would be like, whew, thank God. John's angry for some reason.
A Florida electric bill with that AC, yes. $325 seems very cheap.
I don't fucking know. I used to have a wife to do that shit. School.
That's the saddest thing that came out of this rant. That was incredibly... I used to have a wife to do this shit. John, you've been divorced for over a decade. What year do you think it is? Like, that was where... I don't know if he has some type of alcohol-triggered dementia or something, where it seems like he's living as if he just left his family's house a week ago. I used to have a wife to do this shit over a decade ago. John was in his 40s when his wife was paying his bills for him.
To me, this is the greatest indictment I've ever seen that John can't do anything without his mom. Because he literally is like, I can't do anything without a wife. Well, you haven't had a wife in 20 years. What have you had? You've had that poor lady in New York.
The speculation is that his poor mother has been paying his electric bills.
Everything.
Probably doing everything for him.
He brings dirty laundry when he goes home to her.
He's
like
a college
kid.
student.
Yeah, he never left.
But he does that from another state.
That's what I'm saying.
He traverses the nation. Ma, I got some dirty drawers for you.
I paid $50 to bring it on the plane with me so you can wash it. I don't know where the corners go.
It would cost him $1.25 if he went to a fucking laundromat.
What the fuck? This man is Simeon.
So then I fucking, so then I go, all right. I paid the bill. I don't give a fuck. Oh, forget about it.
Yeah.
So woke up this morning and got myself a beer.
Attaboy, John.
No power.
You handle bills.
So I go look, and they power at.
They only gave you a partial. You paid part of the back due. You owe current. You probably have to make payments on top of that. 5 months. It's not $345. 5 months is probably $1,100 or $1,200. I know you don't get to use the air conditioner, but even so. I'm sure everything in that house is electric stove, oven, everything. Microwave.
No power out. I'm like, what the fuck? Did I find out?
Water heater is probably electric. It's probably all electric, no gas, no oil.
I call this L fucking AC/DC bullshit.
Well, that's really clever, John. It's a bunch of letters. I guess it's LCD or something like that, his electric company. But he fucking nailed them.
Yeah.
He fucking hammered them. No, you're a band from the 80s, you bitches. It's like, oh, boy, John, they've really got their tail between their legs now. You've owned them. I do not get the bit of like, I don't know your name, so therefore you're worthless. I don't understand why so many people do that, where it's like this fucking deaf Mike or whatever his name is. It's like, oh, you got me. That's not, I'm blind. So like,
Mike, you said he owned them? He doesn't own anything. Remember?
guess you owned me.
And I've learned so much from this already because, again, he's telling us how alcoholic he is. Like, he's just saying, I'm this alcoholic. Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, it's weird. The guy rolling out of bed and grabbing a beer in the morning, his electricity didn't turn on. It's so strange.
He's saying, for everything bad happens in my life, I have one solution. Here it is. And I have a lot of bad things happen.
He really is like Homer Simpson or Peter Griffin, but like he lives in the real world, unfortunately. So there's not some wacky conclusion at the end.
Yeah. That's why we're all watching him, because how does this exist in not a cartoon? Like, I'm a cartoon, I'm realer than this.
Connect me again! 3 weeks later!
He's more like George Costanza if he was an alcoholic.
So he is like he's doing this thing where he's doing this wacky, like he's yelling and screaming and talking in his Italian accent, and so as if to say like, "Hey, gang, I'm not really that mad." But it's like, no, John, you're revealing something tragic about yourself.
Yes.
Like if he was vulnerable and came to us and was like, "Guys, things have gotten so bad that I've avoided for months paying my electricity." And the chickens have come home to roost today. The lights went out.
Yeah.
Like, people would actually feel sympathy for him. But he puts on this, I don't even know if you could call it macho act, whatever this is, where it's like, hey, nothing bothers me. I just had the lights go out. It's their fault. As if we're going to be like, oh, John, those assholes making you pay in exchange for electricity.
If he was honest, he's like, I can't deal with life. Mom, help me. I'm going to have a drink. Like, that would be so honest. I'd love it.
It would be interesting to hear John say, like,
I'm not gonna have.
oops, sorry, we had the wrong guy's bank account.
Yeah. Mommy put a block on it. Oh, no. It's the wrong information.
Yeah.
And they have the wrong bank account number, these fucking motherfathers and these fucking maroons.
Yeah, he's definitely doing a work there. That's like an acting class 101 with John.
No, I think he's a real Italian tough guy.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared. I don't want to get whacked for making fun of John.
I don't want to get hemorrhoid juice on me. This next one called Hero's Work.
Oh well, this is important stuff that he's doing.
No, it's
So then I go, all right, so you turn the power off again? I go, how much was it? I go, how long I gotta wait? They go, oh, well, it'll go back on at some point at the end of the business day. What?
Well, John, you woke
How
up
much
at 1 p.m. You don't have to wait that long. I'm sure it's fine.
Does it cost to reconnect? $50. So it was $50 last time? $50 this time? Yeah. So $100.
Yeah.
Because you didn't
You know what? It would suck. I can't really relate to this because I imagine it would suck if every time I had to get my power turned back on, I had to pay $50. Luckily, I just pay my electric bill, so I've never incurred that fee.
seems high. Also, swallow, John. God damn it.
This is a thing you go through. Like I remember when I got my first apartment when I moved out here, like to the city. We moved in to an apartment.
Look at that well-defined left arm. Man, it's tapered bicep, sculpted, beautiful.
And I was like, oh, we should call the electric company and turn the lights on. And then I flicked a switch and I was like, wait, the lights are on. Maybe we've got a steal here. And then about 2 months in or whatever, they fucking send an envelope to our door that's like, hey, deadbeat, turn your fucking electric on. We're like, oh, all right. Too good to be true. That's when I was 23 or something. Like, this is a thought you have, and even that's dumb of me. Putting a what? What did he point to?
You can't see this, Mike, but he showed his gun. His bicep. Otherwise known as his gun, yes.
What does that mean?
He has that kind of power, I think, is what he was saying. But not the kind that would allow him to
What
flush
a
the toilet.
useless brag. What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. He just, it literally was a flex.
Especially with those spaghetti arms.
It's
Let's see if we can find it.
Oh, that sprinkler. No, John, they're actually easier now. You don't have to fucking go in your yard and unkink the hose and fucking... No, they're much easier.
Look at that fat hanging down where his tricep should be. This guy's delusions, I'll tell you. That's disgusting. Like an old lady.
Here, now you hit him. You can. So if John wants to get in even more legal trouble than he's already in, you better watch it, buddy. Keep going down that road because I will get what's mine. Understood, Melendez? Say yes, Duke. There's a spotlight on John. I am merely one man. How am I to turn on my sprinkler system?
Who am I to pay a bill on time?
John, they're single men. I understand you used to have a wife fucking 40 years ago. There are single men across America who are able to keep the lights on and keep the grass watered. It happens all the time.
I got it. His house must be just the epitome of single loserdom. I got to see this. I got to see. We got to do a John Cribs. I'm putting $1,000 down for a John Cribs right now. I need to see it. But we got to do it.
People have been trying to get him to do like IRL streaming, and he just I don't understand how that works.
I go. She goes, yeah, you used less power this year than you did last year. I go, how is that possible, sweetheart? I go, I just got here. I live here every day now. How could I be using less power? I wasn't even here.
I have a thought. John, the first time he visited the house, didn't like the idea. Ooh, awfully hot and sticky when I walk in here. Well, the next time I visit, I would like it to be nice and cool. So let me crank that AC up. And you know what? What if I come back at night? I don't want it to be all dark and scary. Let me flick all the lights on, because who gives a fuck? So I actually believe it's possible that John used more power when he wasn't in the house. Because now he keeps talking about how the thermostat is getting moved. People think that because the mom was paying for the electricity that she controls that somehow. I have no idea. But it would make sense to me that if John paid more in electric last year, it's because he's just like, well, I like everything to be perfect, as it is in every room that I walk into. So let me just leave all my utilities on, so that way I'm comfortable.
I have a great channel. Someone needs to make this. Is just the idea. Teaching John shit. And you just make videos where you're like, John, this is how you write a check. John, this is how you fix a thermostat. It's just little 2-minute videos.
You have to go even simpler than that. Like, John, this is how you use the microwave. He doesn't know how to do anything.
This is what slipper you put on what foot, John? Does that feel uncomfortable? That's probably not a switch. Oh, yeah, it feels good. Yeah, that's the right one, John. Yeah, just a little how-to for Johns. I think that would be fun.
It's impressive.
Last year. Really? Yeah. So anyway, I had no fucking power. I had plenty of these. But not in my fucking house.
Plenty of what? So what did he point to?
You can't see this, Mike, but he showed his gun. His bicep. Otherwise known as his gun, yes.
What does that mean?
He has that kind of power, I think, is what he was saying. But not the kind that would allow him to
What a useless brag. What does that anything?
I don't know. He just, it literally was a flex. And if I had a rim shot, I would hit it right now. God damn, I don't.
I have plenty of these. Tyrone Woodley wouldn't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the most CTE of all UFC fighters wouldn't say something so ridiculous.
Well, yeah, right. But I'm just saying, like, a guy in terrific shape wouldn't do that. Jake Paul wouldn't be doing that. Where I got plenty of these. The idea that in his mind means power. I have plenty of that power. You are probably right that that's what he meant, but it's, again, charmless, as he so often is.
I keep plugging my phone into my bicep, but it doesn't charge.
like a potato.
So what does the Duke do?
Hey, that's my name. I'm the Duke.
He doesn't even.
Someone copyright claim him. I'm the Duke. That's my title now.
He has a new name. He doesn't even remember it, Mike. He has it behind him.
Those of you that watch John's chat, let him know, cease and desist. Mm-hmm. Mike Geary is the Duke of the Dabbleverse, and if John wants to get into it with me, I will take him to court over that name. I've trademarked it. It is mine. I am the Duke of the Dabbleverse. So if John wants to get in even more legal trouble than he's already in, you better watch it, buddy. Keep going down that road, because I will get what's mine. Understood, Melendez? Say yes, Duke. I understand, Duke. Okay, very good. Thank you, John.
That lawsuit's going to be amazing.
I actually have to go to court now. Your Honor, I don't actually own the Duke of the Dabbleverse.
I mean, Duke, you actually make sense. It's like a, ancillary character in the universe that provides, entertainment and stuff. Not the head of the universe. He's going to go argue that the Duke is... He's just...
That's true. It actually makes more sense if I'm the Duke of the Dabbleverse.
All right, thank you.
Oh, and you'll notice behind him, I don't know if he has it in this episode, but he had an admiral sign behind him.
Yeah, he can't.
So I think he knows he's trying to usurp me as Duke of the Dabbleverse. He's trying to get a higher rank than I have.
I will be Colonel, General, Captain. I will be all.
Listen, I feel bad about Sandy Hook, but every day.
Wait, what? What was that about?
That is the greatest non sequitur. That was another swordfish moment, baby.
What is he looking at?
He's looking at it. Okay, you can't see this, Mike, but he looked at his phone. So someone must have sent him like, "Hey, donate to the Sandy Hook families," And then he's just like, every day with this, your kids are still dead every day.
How often can that be coming up in John's life?
Why would you say that on a recording? Well,
I like that he's
a career, John.
John's gotten so many texts. He's like, you know what? Maybe this Alex Jones was onto something. I don't. Now I don't even know if it was real.
Oh, these fucking dead kids every day. God damn.
Hey, my money ain't bringing you kids back to life. All right, leave me alone. It's also probably a scam that John is getting texted by.
It's a work.
All right, thank you.
He's looking at his phone.
Listen, I feel bad about Sandy Hook, but every day.
Every day.
I want to be that often.
I just want to clip that and send that to the family members of Sandy Hook. Be like, hey, everyone, come watch this guy's show.
Hey, enough of your fucking whining. All right.
We know you just bought Alex Jones' studio. Would you like Stuttering John's?
Anyway, so then I was like, all right, well, fuck it. I'll turn fucking lemons into lemonade.
Okay.
It's like, all right, fuck it. I go get my protein drink. The cafe has the equivalent of a cup of coffee. Sit on my patio and curse.
I think lemons into lemonade would be if John was producing his own electricity. If he was running on a hamster wheel and it was powering his house or something. I don't think it would just be going to Starbucks.
I gotta be honest, I'm still stuck on the kid comment. It's gonna take a few minutes to get over.
I can't figure out. Every day, John's getting a text saying, "Will you donate to Sandy Hook?"
Like we all get donation things from. Oh no, this child of cancer. Oh no, this cat needs a liver.
Once in a great while, yes.
We don't go on air. Fuck these kids.
And then he turns to us as if to say, "You know how we're all getting these Sandy Hook texts?" No.
It's fucking amazing.
And I'm in Goodfellas mode now. And I'm hoping those fucking...
You nailed it, Mike. You nailed it. He's in Goodfellas mode.
He's in Goodfellas mode like a 5-year-old would get after they watch their favorite movie. Ooh, can I be... No, I want to be Jimmy. You can be Henry Hill.
No, Daddy, I want to amuse you. I want to be like a clown and amuse you.
Can I be the clown that amuses you, Daddy? Go get your fucking shine box.
It couldn't be helped, Daddy. It couldn't be helped.
Power guys, come to the goddamn house.
My electricity is gone, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Nothing could be done.
I'm gonna fucking tell him. Listen, come here, you. Come here. The next time you come and go turn that power up, you better knock on my door first. Ring the goddamn doorbell, because I'll fuck...
Does John think a man came to his home? Electricity, be gone!
You do it with a wand, right?
I think they do it from home base, John.
I don't know about life.
Hey, John. You know what, John? Just go right down there. There's a little electricity for you. Yeah. No, right down there. Go ahead.
Keep going. Look for
Hey, before you turn it off, you motherfucker. I'll do what they did to the mailman in Goodfellas. Stick his fucking head in the oven.
Jesus
Continue.
Christ. John, this guy. So, I guess the Hurricane Milton was not as bad as people expected, right?
Thank God.
But there were still a lot of power outages. Like, it did some damage to Florida. So these fucking linemen are out there dealing with actual tragedy and chaos in their community. And now, a man who just got here in July and decided not to pay his bills is like, I'm going to put you in my oven because your boss made you shut my electricity off. This is John's mentality. The world revolves around him. It is crazy that he's like, no, I'm gonna threaten some fucking 9-to-5 employee because my power went out for a perfectly legitimate reason.
Some guy drives his power truck from West Virginia down to Florida to help after the hurricane. He's outside Stuttering John's house. He's like, oh, look, some people got to pay for this, not me.
And
Get the power back on.
I get to some extent John is pretending to be angry for like entertainment, but I do think he feels slighted in some way. And like, this is an appropriate reaction. If John was like, holy shit, my power went out. Let me figure out what's wrong. And he calls the electric company and they're like, yeah, we're actually just really big fans of the dues payer. So we turned your electricity off. Then John would have perfectly valid reason to be this mad. But the reason is you didn't pay your bill, John. You were not done wrong in any way.
And the fascinating thing is this man has like 90 shows dedicated to him thinking this is a good topic. I should bring this up. I should talk about my failings. Because no one would know that you didn't pay your electricity bill, John. We wouldn't know. You told us.
Do you think John is smart enough to know, like, oh, they'll all talk about this and make fun of it?
Yes. I think it's an unconscious thing. I don't think it's a conscious thing. I think when you're on the Stern show, you develop like a sort of a way to kind of maneuver through this shit. And he maneuvers through it, but he doesn't know what he's doing. But he happens to, they know when I do dumb shit, but it's a level of dumb shit. It's never goes over a line,
It gets people talking about me. The only thing that I hesitate there is like, John wants you to talk about how great he is. But I do think like if something like this, he does something dumb, he's like, oh, they'll all talk about it, and then they'll super chat me,
Yeah, he's playing a Goodfella character, and so he's like, oh, I can do characters, I can do stories. Like, John Bon Jovi doesn't write all the songs about himself. Like, he
Right.
justifies stupid shit.
Right.
But
Service. I'm just playing around with the movie Goodfellas. I just watched it again last night.
Oh, good.
Fucking
Hack Rat is, I'm sorry, I don't know what Hack Rat is. Casey. Casey is a guy who... No.
oh, okay.
As a guy whose channel's been demonetized, if you go to YouTube and say, "Oh, I was playing around with the movie Goodfellas," is the Google Corporation like, "Oh, don't worry about it then"?
Yeah, I watched Cardiff try that, and let me check. Yep, nope, still no YouTube channel. So no, they don't. Yeah, they do give second chances after about a year though. So Cardiff will be back.
I was just playing around with the movie. He is like a little kid that's seen. He's like, I was just being Superman. I don't actually have powers.
Also started watching Tulsa King. We'll get into it.
Oh, good. I hope so, John. I can't wait to hear your take on a show that's been out for years now.
Yes. Next up, Vinny the Lawyer.
Okay, so this has been some of the latest drama is Vince versus John. Are Vince and John doing some kind of work together? I don't know. But we'll hear John disown Vince here. I'm sure for the final time. They're finally never speaking to each other again.
It really is the Ross and Rebecca. What is it? The friends.
Ross and Rachel.
Ross and Rachel of our time.
Yeah, they sure are. They were on a break, these two.
Yes. We had to develop some other storylines, but we're back, baby.
Dustin, who informed me Dustin is doing some work. Apparently on Reddit.
Okay.
They're all saying...
For those of you that don't know, Dustin is supposedly John's private investigator. We talked about this with Aaron Imholt when he was going at Patrick Melton. A private investigator does investigating in private. It's pretty self-explanatory in that way.
In the name.
What a private investigator doesn't do is go to Dabblers Anonymous on Reddit and go, John, I have some real intel for you now. It seems they're talking shit about you on Dabblers Anonymous. I've got a lot of news from my private investigating by going to r/Dabblers Anonymous. That's not what a PI does, John. If you're paying this man, maybe put that towards the electric fund, you know?
Absolutely.
Saying that Cape Coral Kelsey is, as suspected, Vince, the evil lawyer. And
Oh my God.
don't text me, Vince. I don't want to hear from you. I don't know if it's you. I don't give a shit. I personally don't care. I don't know if it's
This
you.
is, by the way, again, for those who don't know, Cape Coral Kelsey is a girl that John was trying to fuck on the internet. And John was saying to Vince, give her my number. She's super I guess she lives in Cape Coral. Yes, John, a hot girl that just so happens to live in the town you moved to is fucking commenting in your YouTube chat, and she wants to fuck. You ever think of John's like, maybe Cape Coral Kelsey isn't real. No, of course she's not. Just like Dabbling Dan wasn't your friend. John, there are clues, there are context clues to these things, and they're ever so subtle. Like perhaps Dabbling Dan was a guy who was always there to make fun of you, and perhaps Cape Coral Kelsey isn't a piece of ass that lives down the street from you. It's ever so subtle, but if you pay attention, you might notice these things.
It cements him as a full whackpacker, too, though, because they did the same. We know we're doing Unboxing Eric, and they did the same thing to Eric where they had this girl, Valerie, call in, and Valerie was the perfect girl for Eric.
Right.
She loved American Idol. She was a lawyer. She had a flat stomach, D's. She worked at Hooters. Like, ridiculous shit.
Yep.
And Eric was even like, I don't believe this. So, I mean, John falls for shit that Eric wouldn't have fallen for.
On O&A, they did it with Bobo, where they had some lady come in and play his internet girlfriend. That's what whackpackers fall for. And John, I think John gets a little confused, and I think maybe some other people get confused too when they shit on John. When John was on the show, he was not a whackpacker. He was a staff member that the show would goof on and everything. But when Beetlejuice was in studio, or Hank the Angry Drunken Dwarf, or whoever, John was in on the joke with the guys. John would make fun of those people. But, in the world of the internet now, John is a whackpacker because we look at him and he falls for these things that idiots would fall for. And not even idiots, mentally challenged people would fall for. That's the type of stuff John falls for. So now he is a whackpacker. I think that's where he gets confused when people call him a whack. Oh, Paul, I was way above. Would a whackpacker be on the advertisement for the Channel 9 show? First of all, maybe. but that's not out of the realm of possibility. But no, you weren't necessarily a whackpacker then. You were in the sense that you were there for Howard to make fun of. But no, you were above Jeff the Drunk or whoever in that world. But now you're literally no better than High Pitch Eric, you know? Literally, Vince controls both of them with the marionette strings. So you are legitimately no better than High Pitch Eric.
John is the Monte Teo of the Dabblers. Heyo.
Yes. It's I'm in Heisman contention this year. My girlfriend's been very supportive.
I'm married. I haven't met her, but she's very nice.
People are telling me it's you, but I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't have anything bad to say about you. You live your life, I live mine. Okay? I pay you. You said I can start December 26th. That's when I start. I have you on tape. If you're going to renege on that and somehow say, oh, no, now we're going to renege on that. Now you got to pay now. Then
it doesn't matter if John has him on tape. I don't know that he did this. I think it's a John exaggeration. But they have some sort of legally binding agreement where John has to pay him. Yeah. John has to pay him some amount. I don't really know how much or why or anything. But John signed it and agreed to it. So they have a legally binding document that dictates when John is supposed to pay and how much and all of that. If Vince is on John's show And John says, do I have to pay you? And Vince is like, don't worry about it, buddy. That is not legally binding. What the court will go back to is, but we had you sign this piece of paper. I don't care what Vince said on the Stuttering John podcast when Penis Wrinkle was hassling him about it. This legally binding document is what matters. So John's like, yeah, but, Your Honor, he did pinky swear. And I told him to cross his heart and hope that he died. So
I put the chat room under oath, Your Honor.
He put his hand on my book and swore.
It's all legal.
And then you go tell me that. But I have you on tape saying I have till 12:26. So that's up to you. If you want to pull the fucking rug out and then say I gotta pay now, then I'll pay now. I don't care. But I don't even get paid till the 21st.
That seems like a guy that doesn't care. A guy who's haggling. Hey, like you go up to a fucking a guy in a store and you're haggling with him. You're like, by the way, I don't care how much this is. I'll pay anything, but I would like it for $8 if you wouldn't mind. I know you're charging $75, but I'd like it for $8. And again, I really don't care how much I pay for it. That's not a great point of negotiation.
When this is all over, Vinny, we're gonna need a book. Like, we need a book with timestamps and evidence. Like, we want to know, like, what these things were all about. Because they're interesting, but we just never know what they're about. What's
I
the
am
lawsuit
intrigued.
about?
Some of the stuff Vince the lawyer does, I don't get. Some of it I'm intrigued by. I don't know. It's interesting to me, but also strange at the same time.
Yes, the level of commitment over the last decade to whackpackers is a little bizarre, but I need a book on this. I need to know what's going on here.
Yeah, for sure.
John's drinking.
Take your
I don't
time,
care if you're Cape Coral Kelsey and Cape Coral Kelsey's mom. I don't care.
Cape Coral.
I don't know why
That didn't give it away, John. That Cape Coral Kelsey's mom was also involved. You didn't find that a little ridiculous?
Why is he still trying to find friends in the chat room? He's still doing it. Why?
If it is, like, people go through these cycles all the time. I know I'm not the only one, but, like, I'm like, to be this stupid, it has to be a character. But it is so brilliantly done. It's like I talk about with, like, Fez Whatley, where, like, if Fez was completely a character, then Fez should have gotten into acting because he's absolutely brilliant. Like, the way he was able to pull that off. John should be in more motion pictures if he's able to act like a buffoon this way. I am waiting for one day, like, John with a British accent just comes on and he's like, well, it was really interesting. I got called to start talking about me in 2018. And I knew I had something there, something magic.
He's got a turtleneck on. I can see it.
Can't be a man like me. If I'm going to super chat Rain Man, DeVito, or Chad, nobody can stomach the stomach.
Pulls off his mask. It's Robert Downey Jr. And we're like, oh, the role of a lifetime.
How does he do it? He's the man of 1,000 voices.
Pinky, or anybody else, I just write it as me. It comes in as my emblem, SJ. Done. I don't need all these old fucking bullshit. Yeah, in the old days, I used to have old Twitter handles.
That's great. So John has had 1 million fake accounts over the years, and I guess now he doesn't, supposedly. So he's like, I don't need all this stupid shit. Did I do it until I was 58 years old? Sure. But now I've matured.
Do I have one notebook devoted to all the Google names and YouTube accounts I have? Yes. Also, he's got some man tits, Mike. You can't see this, but John's got some titties now. Congratulations,
right?
John. He can't get any on the street. You
He's
can
been
grow
working
your
out.
own.
I've heard he's in better shape, but I guess
he's
I've heard that
a
from
little-
him, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's just doing curls. His tits are going to hell.
Nice.
That's all gone. That was just the growing pains of the internet. No more. It's all me. Everything is me.
Oh, it's 2021. What is this internet?
This Al Gore guy came up with something, huh?
There's something called YouTube that I'm going to stream on. John, this was not the growing pains of the internet. It had been around for 30 years.
Well, I think technically 60. MIT.
Well, you're right, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, for us, yes.
Fucking John is me. That's it. Nobody else. I don't need to hide behind any facades. I don't need it. I don't need to hide behind any disguise. This is me. A beautiful face, beautiful body, nice, beautiful cock. That's me.
Jesus Christ.
Ladies, he's single.
John can't decide, like, he tries to do the Howard Stern thing of being like, I got a small penis. But then, like, he also gets self-conscious and he's like, I have a massive cock. It's like, well, which is it, John?
I got a massive cock and genital herpes, which will give you ovarian cancer. Come on, date me.
John forgets he can't be both of what he wants to be. He wants to be he wants to be the victim and the king. He wants to be have you feel bad for him and also have you think he's the fucking man. Like he can't pick a lane.
But now, you come in with these alt accounts, these fucking horse shit. I don't care. Feel free. It doesn't matter. I will honor our agreement.
Well, legally you have to, so that's not really you being the bigger man.
I'm not going to discuss what the agreement is. You don't own my channel. Stop saying it. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, and you know it, and I know it. I'm not going to reveal, as per the agreement, any of the details, but it's a very small amount. It was a very small amount in the beginning. It'll be a very small percentage, if you will, for a very short length of time.
Well, just pay it.
And that's it.
He doesn't pay bills, Mike. What have you learned about him?
I'm certainly not like a wealthy man by any means, but I like to get ahead of my bills. If I see a credit card charge, and I think, you know what? Even if I have to be a little leaner on the spending this month, I'd like to get this out of my way, So it's not dangling over my head. Instead, John is like, okay, I will handle the payment at the last possible moment and then freak out about it and beg you not to charge me. That's what I will do. It's also very funny to be the bigger man. It's like if you got a prison sentence and you were like, you know what? I'm gonna do what's right here and I'm gonna serve 3 to 5 years. It's like, no. We're making you do that. You're not you're not choosing to learn from something. We've decided that's what you have to do.
Thought about it. I'm going to turn myself. No, you're in prison already. Oh, I'm going to turn myself in.
Then we done. Then we be done.
Oh, I have a quiz for you, Mike. StreamYard. He uses StreamYard, right? So it's $49 a month or $39 a month if you buy for the year. The question, do I even have to ask?
Definitely.
Is he buying monthly? Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
No, I'm not asking you to drop it anymore. Those days are over. I thought we could be friends, but we're not. No, we're not.
Oh.
That's fine. I don't have anything bad to say about you. I'm not going to disparage you.
Totally fine.
I'm not going to disparage your kids, Devin Alexander.
Oh, that's John. Stop being so magnanimous. I'm not going to disparage. You know what? I'm going to be a good guy here. I'm not going to disparage your children. One of whom I believe is 9, if I remember correctly.
Not going to talk about your ugly kids at all.
I'm not going to disparage. Oh, John, thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. Not to humiliate my children, who you've never met, publicly on a podcast.
I will also not call you the N-word. Do I get points for this as well?
I'm not going to commit violent crimes against you. I am not going to hack your accounts and steal all your money. These are all great things I am going to do.
We're friends now, right?
I'm going to disparage your beautiful, sexy, hot wife, Lori. How are you, Lori?
Okay, well, that undid everything you just...
What the fuck?
He hits on Vince's wife all the time. We've heard him do this with the Army Major, where he's like, Richard, rank your wife from 1 to 10. How nice are her cans? And Richard's like, I don't want to do this, John. But Vince plays along with him for some reason. I mean, I know why, but I guess just to give John that, where John's like, you think if I paid the right price, I could fuck your wife for a night? And Vince will be like, yeah, sure. John's like, oh, nice. Show what a real man is like. It's like, John, this is how you talk. And John is like, this is just guys being guys. It's like, no, that's insulting to not just him, more importantly, his wife. Why are you talking about her this way? She's not a public figure. What are you doing?
I want you to get rid of that dwarf. Hey, Laura, let me talk to you for a second. Come here. Birds
not here, John.
in the trees seem to whisper, Laurie. I am the guy who likes you, my girl.
Very, very sexy. The way he sucks up his saliva is very seductive.
You can't see it, Mike, but he does this thing with his lips where it makes like a V under his nose because he's like trying to look cute, and it's frightening. It's frightening. This one's called The Dookies, which
I assume Electra is gone, left during that song because she had to go. She got all hot and bothered and had to take care of herself.
she texted me, "I'm on the toilet." Like I think she's hugging the toilet. Too much Ojeda last
That's
night.
Craig's fault, everybody. Too much Ojeda. Yeah.
If he could just have reacted normal, we wouldn't be in this predicament.
I said if I was in a bar sitting near Craig and Electra, I'd be like, all right, why don't we move? I don't want to get into a thing with these two. And Cardiff said I would do the same thing on a dinghy in the middle of the ocean. Electra was delightful, though. I'm just kidding.
Go watch. Get yourself a membership to the Blind Mike channel. It's the Richard Ojeda, drinking game.
Yes.
This next one is called The Dookies.
Oh, so yeah, this was the real talk of the Dabbleverse this week. I was watching John's show earlier in the week, and Carlos Danger, friend of the show, even though I'm not sure if he likes me or not, but I like him. Carlos Danger put on some like award show, and he wasn't taking it seriously. He just had categories. It's essentially a device to talk about the Dabbleverse in a broad way. You spend 5 minutes talking about Ray DeVito, you spend 10 minutes talking about Shuley, whatever the fuck. Seems like a pretty good gimmick for a one-off episode. I have no issue with it. John and I believe Rob Saul watched it and were like, Rob, look how lame this is. You believe these losers doing this? Oh, a Dabbleverse award, the Dabbies they call it. How lame. I guess it is lame to put thought and production into a show because John tried to tackle this very same. He acted as if he didn't watch this episode. So I guess this is a Nathan Fielder type parody of this or something. Maybe it's very meta and I'm just missing it. But John put on his own award show, The Dookies.
I get it now. Okay.
Yes. So let's see just how well put together the Dookies were, and how they really show Carlos Danger and those idiots that put on the Dabbies. Daddy's going to show you how it's done here.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about the Cameron Crazies. Go Blue Devils!
Anyway, so I want to put together something today called the Dookies. So,
do you think he knows? Like, is that the joke? That means shit? Is that what he's going for? Is that the funny thing, or does he have no idea?
Oh God, it's so hard to tell. I'm gonna go. He knows on this one. He knows.
That seems like John's style of humor.
It's in his.
Dookie is funny.
Yeah, poop is a wheelhouse.
Yeah.
This is good. I'm not Lady K. I'm not going to be as organized as he is. I know that he would take all his time. The only thing
I'm not going to put effort into my show. I'm not going to care if people watch.
K lacks. He does have the production value, but he doesn't have the talent.
There you go, Carl. It's a feather in your cap.
Yeah.
Why do they podcast?
Oh God.
WDT.
Can I say something? I don't know if we've ever played a clip with that, but John's played it for years. That's a better name for Carl's podcast. Am I crazy?
Why do they podcast?
Why do they podcast actually makes more sense as a title for the show Carl does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you've
Who
never
of these
heard of
podcasts is cute, Sure.
But yes. I'm not saying change the name. What I'm saying is, that's a dig at Carl. I've changed the name of your podcast to Why Do They Podcast? It's like if you change the name to Why Are You Laughing? It's like, what does he do? The History of Comedy Show? It's like, actually, that would be better for the algorithm, John.
It's more a rebranding than a satire. Yes.
Yeah, there's no joke. Why Do They Podcast is objectively a more logical name for that show. So I don't get why he plays that clip and he's like, I have owned Lady K. The
think it's
joke
so-
is on you, Snaggletooth.
He literally probably doesn't even read this. He's just get the walrus, get to the walrus, get to there's the walrus.
yeah. Oh, see, you look silly. Nice.
Now we're gonna take a.
I love when he does that.
Just do it.
Oh, John, I guess you were being quite serious when you said you don't have the production skills that Carl has.
I want to do a show just called Old People Clicking because they can't control their mouse and they just click, 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 click and play things 4 times. It's amazing.
Well, so here's why. I was just talking about how we're always like, is John doing a character? If John did that on purpose just now, it wouldn't be funny. If he was like, Lady K is going to make fun of my production value, but who cares? And then plays that clip and starts to talk and accidentally plays it again over him.
Yes.
That wouldn't be funny. It would be like kind of a hack joke. The reason it's funny is because you're like, this guy can't be for real. He can't be this bad at what he's trying to do.
Right, I think it's a spectrum, right? Like if you go down a little bit, like and you watch Joey C, you know he tripped over the wire and unplugged his whole computer.
Right.
But with John, it's a little less clear. Is he in on? No, he's not in it. But sometimes he is. Is he? I don't.
What makes you think he must be is like he was friends with Artie Lang and Nick DiPaolo and Jim Norton and these comics, at least for a time, liked him. And he was part of the Howard Stern show and the Tonight Show. And so you're like, some of that must have seeped in where he knows what humor is. But he proves the antithesis time and time again.
He was everyone needs anti-humor around them to make them funnier, and all those guys kept John around, so that it was like a double bounce on a trampoline.
Right.
Fuck up.
He's yelling at the computer. It's
Jesus.
the computer's fault. It's the electric
Hey, Robert.
company's fault. It's the computer's fault.
Mines, where the hell you been? Bixborough South Jerry, where the hell you been? Fucking hell.
Yelling at his chatters for not paying him enough.
Well, that's what I often do when I don't see a chatter and they come back. They spend good time to come back. I yell at them for coming back.
Do me a favor. Pick any name in the chat right now. Look in the chat. Pick the first name you see.
Jerry Lahane.
Oh, that cocksucker. Where the fuck has he been? Where's that loser been? Oh, just watching my show and supporting me. What a dickhead. Fuck you, Jerry Lahane. Prick.
That's pretty much it. Also, hi, Jerry.
Hello, Jerry. I didn't mean any of that.
He doesn't care. He's studying pictures of Mars and shit. John's typing.
All right. Now,
Yes?
we're going to play a little game here.
Okay.
These are the Dookies.
Okay. Feels more like an award show than a game, but I'm with you.
These are the Dookies.
Yeah,
Let me
you said
try
that.
to do them all in honor. I want it to look as well as I can.
What was that?
I don't know.
Can I hear that again? What was that sentence?
Show up. There's nothing wrong or anything wrong here.
I hope nothing's bad. Something bad no happen.
Dang Lizard sent me something. Let me know if you want to play. It's only a minute long at the end of John, but he put a couple things together that are pretty funny about that
Oh,
sentence.
good. All right.
Now, we're going to play a little game here. These are the Dookies.
Yep.
These are the Dookies. Let me try and do them all
8 times he said that.
in honor. I want it to look as well as I can.
Look as well as I can.
All right.
That's a little honest.
That's fascinating. Yeah, maybe he means him. Like, I'm trying to look less sickly.
I have a low ceiling. And what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to reach the ceiling of my low ceiling.
These are the Dookies. All right.
You mentioned.
Hold on.
We're holding.
All right, take it away, Dookies.
2 seconds ago, he's like, well, Carl has production value, but he doesn't have content. You don't got either here, John. You got nothing.
Boy, this is such an own to Carl.
He's owning him right now.
Okay.
Is Carl even going to do that stupid Monday show anymore? The Point Double Point? He might as well cancel it. What's the point? He's been owned.
Yeah, and plus a prettier lady came along and took him away. Aaron Imholt, a prettier locale came along. I often think about that real quick. Do you think Stuttering John is now like, fuck Aaron. If all I had to do was eat lawyer cum, I had Vinny right here.
When Aaron comes up, he's like, I don't give a fuck about that guy. I don't get what's so interesting about him. So there might be a little, like, there's a new prettiest girl at the ball.
Yeah, a jealousy.
He might be onto
jealous.
something, yeah.
Alrighty, hold on.
We've been holding.
That's all we've been doing.
Come on, buddy.
Back.
You got this.
Types like Michael Scott.
John? Are you still...
Alrighty.
Alrighty, let's do it.
Well, I know Dookie for the most exciting award ceremony.
This is, by the way, John made fun of... They did that live show in Rochester, the DabbleCon. And they did an award show, and John's like, can you believe... I mean, how lame. At least they did what they were trying to do. This is absurd. This is valuable airtime here, John. Let's go. Start cooking. Start roasting these losers. Come on.
Put on some music. Anything.
We don't even know what the award is yet, by the way.
It's the award for silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend award goes to.
Alrighty, one more.
Okay. All right. We're almost there.
One more.
No, okay, that's it.
Okay.
Alright, so the Dookies. You guys
That's
can
what we're
vote
doing.
in.
You only said it 3 times so far, John. Thank you for reminding us.
I got a notice I had to pay the electric bill in like 8 seconds, so I had to take the time to do that.
I always thought he was lying about OCD. I know there are certain things he says where it's like, maybe it's that form of OCD where he has to repeat himself over and over again. And it's like the way he said, like when he's angry and he goes, what? What? Like he has these certain tics that he does, crutches. Like we not made fun of, respected very much Ojeda last night for having all these crutches. John has them, but I think in a different way where it does seem like OCD. So maybe that's why he takes like OCD medication, which by the way, I spared you of having to watch him put his fucking pills in his mouth for 15 minutes. That was disgusting. But maybe he does have OCD because he does things like that, where he keeps going, the Dookies. All right, the Dookies. Where that's like a little, almost Tourette's more than OCD, you know?
I don't know if you've ever done a Klonopin, Mike, but I repeat myself. I walk into walls, and if you did it repeatedly every day for months and years, that's got to have some. So it might make you what you don't want to be.
Oh, interesting.
So my theory is no, he doesn't have OCD. Then he took these drugs, and it gave him OCD.
Right.
Him wanting to have it and the use of these drugs.
Yeah, if you say you have OCD enough, you can be a little obsessive compulsive.
Yeah. The people that are probably have it or are touching doorknobs 300 times don't want to talk about it at all. Like,
right.
You know.
You tell me. Now, we're going to take age out of this, okay? This is not who you want to date. I'm going to ask you.
What are we doing?
This is the most beautiful.
Kragers is texting me. No, Kragers, you can't come on.
Have your finger on the dump button. We might need to bail on this.
Beautiful
Now,
women.
listen, how old is 16 really?
I have done the study of all the age of consent laws. Are you guys ready for the awards?
I mean,
what?
in older times, when a woman got her period, it meant she was first. So who am I to?
Of the Dabbleverse. Okay. Most beautiful women of the Dabbleverse.
All right, this won't be creepy at all. Let's do this.
This is, of course, where this was fucking going. How did I not see this coming? This is a chance for him to hit on women. God damn it.
Exactly. You've seen this clip then, Casey. You've nailed it. I don't know how you did that.
Then we'll do the best-looking men of the Dabbleverse. So
I was hoping.
the Dookies.
Why would you pick best looking? What does that have to do with the Dabbleverse?
Well, I will reveal why in a few short minutes. But first, let's find out who the hottest lady is in John's mind.
He's an ogre who's sweating through his shirt, and the first thing he does is the best looking person. Just not a smart guy, John. You should have started credits from the 80s and early 90s. You got them all there, you know?
Have begun. All right, the Dookies have begun. So,
This is like if you had like an only child in your house, and like all the adults are, and the little kid goes, "I'm putting on an award show now," and we're like, "Oh, okay." Johnny's like, "Okay, all right. First of all, coolest." And then he has to get all his toys out. He's going to nominate his stuffed animals, but it takes him and you're like, "All right, bud. Well, we're going to get back." And he's like, "No, hold on. We'll just 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes."
Because when you think of the Dabbleverse, you're like, this is like a Vogue magazine. We need all the pretty people. This is a group of the ugliest people on the planet. What the fuck are you doing?
First category, most beautiful women of the Dabbleverse.
And there's like 3 of them.
Right. Well,
No
he
offense,
lists
Electra.
almost all of them. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't list Electra, unfortunately.
Or used to be in the Dabbleverse. First up, Kate Meany. Kate
This
Meany.
is just all this is a chance for him to say that Kate Meany is hot.
Yeah.
And even though I've said horrible things about you and contacted your mother and tried to sue you, I still would fuck you if you're open to it.
Next up, the richest women and men in the Dabbleverse. It's like,
Do you think
something
John-
that they are?
Do you think John is ever... He always says, I won't fuck Kate Meany because I'd never fuck anyone younger than my oldest kid. Do you think John has ever done the math? Like, all right, when will she be older than my oldest kid?
If I were to murder my child, would the age stop for my child?
And they're 28 forever.
Is our first contestant of the most beautiful women of the Dabbleverse. Kate Meany is the first.
We heard you.
Up number 2.
All right, should be seamless.
Up number 2. What the hell does
Up
that
number 2.
You know how Matt Damon says that when he's presenting at the Oscars?
Are we getting a sequel to Up? The first one was amazing. Up number 2.
Felicia Gillespie.
Cool.
Felicia Gillespie.
Oh, okay, so it's the
Kate
4 people
Meany.
we figured. Nice.
Meany. Felicia Gillespie.
Yep. We heard you.
Number 3.
We got Keanu left. Out of the Dabbleverse. This is it.
It's uncanny how you're able to call this.
Number 3. Keanu Thompson. Number 3.
Yeah, now, Casey, you were pretty much right. There's virtually no one else he would have picked for this. But John shoehorns in someone that isn't in the Dabbleverse that he just wants to fuck. So, you guys all know this person, who we've never talked about, is up 4th in his list.
Although I did see a new entry on Who Are These Podcasts? And welcome to the Dabbleverse, my lady. Did you see her?
No. What are we talking
Yeah,
about?
well, yeah. There's a new woman in the on Carl's show, and everyone's
Well,
sort
Lucy
of,
Tightbox, of course.
Well, I don't think it was Lucy Tightbox. I think it was another one. Yeah, and so everyone, we got a 4th. We can congratulate us.
goody.
Yes.
Thompson. I like that other picture she's got there.
Just
And then I know I'm a little partial here.
Oh, he hasn't Googled her yet.
Number
so-
4.
Yes?
Bated breath.
Who is it, John?
Number 4.
Falling off my seat.
John, you're killing me.
Kristen Carney.
And this is not a woman in the Dabbleverse. Exactly. It's not a woman in the Dabbleverse. It's just a lady that John wants to fuck. It's
I've heard the
a
name.
friend
It's gotta
of
be-
Kate Meany's or something.
Okay, yeah. It's got to be like an MLC side quest or something.
I think she's
don't
been
know.
on, but I think she's been on under the guise that John talks about her. I don't think she does a show about John or anything. She's just a lady who's attractive, and John
Yes.
wants to fuck her.
And for the record, in the chat, I see there are beautiful ladies in the chat of the Dabbleverse. We're talking on-air ladies, but Gina Bobina, KB. There's beautiful ladies that watch the
KB?
Dabbleverse. Yeah, KB.
Isn't
You don't know
that Kevin
KB? No, there's a lady KB.
Oh, I didn't know.
I'm aware of all the tits. I keep tabs on the tits.
Okay.
And then, of course, we got our own little tits over here, even though she's hugging a toilet bowl right now.
Shitting her brains out right now.
Not shitting. The other way, which probably worse.
All right. Now, I don't know. So there we have our contestants. Kate Meany. One more look for the judges.
Please don't
Kate
go through me
Meany.
again, John. No. John.
Fascinating.
Hello?
Listen, Gillespie.
Did they do this at the Oscars? Where they're like, all right, it took me so long to present the 4 nominees that you probably forgot. So let me go through them again.
They need someone to come out and slap John. Make this interesting.
I know Lady K's going, just do it right, John. Just do it. Should have it all organized. Shut up!
That's really in his head, huh?
It is. Carl, you own 3 houses.
2 in Cape Coral, oddly.
Yeah, 2. Okay, you live right next to each other. All right, fantasy girlfriend time. Not if that was fantasy girlfriend.
I'm sure people are dying to know, so we can't move on. Kristen Carney wins. I forget if he mentions that in the next clip, but I'm just going to pull the Band-Aid off. Kristen Carney won because John wants to fuck her the most, and she's, in his mind, the most gettable.
Oh, but if any one of those girls sent him a text, they'd be number 1, right? Like,
course,
it's just, it's who's available.
If Keanu was like, John, I really want to win that award. I want a Dookie. You know, I've done some thinking.
A note from Electra, I am not puking, so I guess she's just sitting there.
Okay, good.
A fantasy girlfriend.
All right.
Thanks for the $2. Again, don't get me wrong. If Kate was older, I wouldn't kick any of those girls out of bed. I'd be lucky
That's
to
sweet
kick
of you,
any
John.
them.
If she was older. Get that young pussy out of my bed.
Get out of here, Kate. You're too hot and young.
Wait. Let me stick my finger in there real quick. No, too young. Get out of here.
They're all beautiful women. That's just my personal preference, Kristen Carney. But I think Kate is beautiful.
He did that thing where he rubbed his nose. That's like a lie. He lied. So Kate Carney is not his personal preference.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have speculated that there might be another reason that he's rubbing his nose, but I don't know about that. I didn't get that. If I'm being honest, I didn't get that sense, but people have suggested that.
No, I don't either. I don't get that vibe from him. I got the vibe that Kate Meany is the one he truly loves. I think that's the love of his life, Kate Meany. And
honestly, yeah, he was fantasizing about moving to the fucking Bahamas with her or something.
Yeah, I think for some reason this one he'll never get out. It's the one that got away. That never was.
We talked every night. She loves my show.
Then she shared my conversations with the world, but I would do anything for her still. It's like a...
I think Keanu is beautiful, and I think Felicia is beautiful.
That's very big of you, John.
So let's just know that is, that is definitely, I think they're all beautiful.
That's very important to note. I'm glad to have that on record. I would hate if anyone misconstrued that. If he was like, you know what? I don't think John thinks Felicia Gillespie is that beautiful. Nay, my friend, not so fast.
The Oscars when they're like, no, all movies are fantabulous and fantastic and great. I'd fuck all the movies.
Yeah, I do. Before the recipient of this award gets up here, I want to say, like, I'd watch any of these movies.
And I would finger any of these movies, but they're too young, and that is my preference.
I would insert myself into any of these films.
So if any of them taking any offense to this, just know it was very close for me.
Offense. John, none of them are going to watch this.
Yeah. I think it's because he's so juicy this whole episode. His mouth is all juicy.
And if I fell in love with any one of you, it would probably end up being you.
Well, the Kristen Carney. Basically, like, girls, I love you all.
He's saying you. Does he think she's in the room with him?
Yes.
Why are you saying you?
She's here to accept her award. They tell the winners ahead of time. You didn't know that?
That's a good point. But John's fantasized where he's like, but I know some of you are going to text me and be like, John, I really wanted to win so bad. Is there anything I can do to make sure I win next year's Dookie Award? Well, I can maybe come over. We can talk about it, The committee is very understanding.
Bring a 12-pack and a checkbook because the electricity is not And this was called...
We can do it in the dark unless you have a few dollars for me.
I'm going to need to do it in the dark because my hemorrhoid is flaring up and I don't want you to see that. All right, next Dookie is...
Oh, yeah, so we're not going to get through this entire presentation because we simply don't have the time. But this is John attempting to present the second Dookie Award, which the first one went so flawlessly that you think, Well, the second one has to be even better. Now he's even more prepared for his second nomination.
Time for the hottest dude in the Dabbleverse. And they're going to hire him straight to Chippendales because it's the Dabbleverse.
The next Dookie goes to the most attractive man in the Dabbleverse.
Oh, good.
I think he's doing these first two awards to fuck with you, Blind Mike. These awards are some people that can't see them.
Best visuals in the Dabbleverse.
Yes. Try to psychic this, asshole.
The most attractive man in the Dabbleverse.
Yep. Yeah, no, we heard you.
Let's find it out here.
No, I'm ready. Let's do it.
So he's Googling pretty men for a show. Nice, John. Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
The most
do it. What do you
attractive
say?
man in
I can't even come up with one. I'm trying to think of one who you could say would be an attractive man in the Dabbleverse. Who are these people that you're going to
the
bring on?
Dabbleverse.
This is not, you're too fixated on who's winning. This is merely about the journey. Listen to him try and get there.
I've never seen someone Google so hard. Make it so hard.
He's by the way, he's Googling like ugly pictures of cars.
Most attractive man in the Dabbleverse.
Oh, is this going to be satire? Like pick ugly people?
Well, in a way.
Or because there's...
John, what award are we presenting? John.
Hello.
John, what award is this?
Most attractive man
Oh, good.
in the Dabbleverse.
Thank you. All right. Wait, I'm sorry, John. What is it? I forget. Could you tell me
This will
again?
be fun.
It will be. I'm ready. But what award are we doing?
Most attractive man in the Dabbleverse.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Hold on, I forget. What is it?
If he does it again, I'm done.
See.
Yeah.
Most attractive man in the Dabbleverse.
It's psychotic what he's doing. If you saw someone in your family doing this, you'd have a serious talk with other family and be like, "We need to put this man away. Like, he's not well, clearly."
If he did it for 10 hours straight, the same loop, it would be like the greatest Andy Kaufman bit ever. You're onto something, John.
Most attractive man in the Dabbleverse.
Tap on the keyboard. It's just, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. The most attractive man.
Is that his way of saying, like, sure, silence would be boring, but if I just keep repeating myself, that's entertainment. That's the magic that people
That's
come
the
here.
content that Carl does not have.
Yeah, right. Oh, I forgot. This started with him being like, Carl might have the production, but me, I show results. I don't need all the fancy jingles and zips and zaps. I've got content, baby. Let's hear a little of that content.
Tappy tap.
Dong, dong, dong.
What is this again, John?
Yeah, what award are we doing?
There's no way you can do it again.
I'll do Nice by Chad.
What's
You picked Chad.
Hold on, I gotta just mute myself for a second.
Oh, I forgot this part. Then he leaves.
He leaves. Yeah, that's
He
it.
mutes it for minutes. It's like 2.5, 3 minutes. He mutes the screen. So after all that, you're just sitting there if you're watching this live. Spoiler alert. Wait, what's the next clip title before I get too ahead of myself?
That was it. Next Dookie was the last one.
I've got a little spoiler.
No. Who
You know
won?
who won?
Chad. It's got to be Chad.
Oh, that's cute. The winner!
John.
There you go.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was wrong.
The winner of this year's Dookie was stuttering John Melendez. So he made himself and Kristen Carney the prom king and queen of the Dookies.
That's
What a
fucking
sicko.
good. That's amazing.
Kristen, we have to put on our crowns and take photos together now.
So real quick, I pulled up the dang lizard thing.
Oh, yeah, let me see it.
So last week, that's got to be something bad when Brian Karam ran away because
Yes,
someone was being
that was
murdered in
great.
his neighborhood. So he sent me a few. He sent me like 6. And he's like, hey, just edit them around, do whatever you want with them. So this is sort of a mix of me and his stuff. But yeah, so it's very funny because it's just that and John reacting to things in history.
All right.
So John in history, a dang lizard and Hackright joined. The first up we got
Oh, no.
the Hindenburg.
Finally, the landing lines.
Oh no. I hope something's okay. I hope nothing bad happened.
Cameraman William D.
That did not seem
You are
good.
about to see
It does not. Now we got Harambe or that Haramba, the ape with the child.
The
in the
gorilla?
cage.
Oh, no.
Yes, yes.
Oh no. Hope something's okay. I hope nothing's bad happened. That did not seem good.
I
So
suspect I
let's
know where we're
see
leading.
what is going on.
We had a
Let's
few.
hope
I
it's
had
nothing
a
serious.
There's a kid with an ape, John. It's very serious. Oh no,
Oh, no.
Comet's hitting the earth.
Oh no.
Comet's, oh no,
Something's
Comet's about to.
okay. I hope nothing's bad happened. But that did not seem good.
Did not.
So let's see what is going on.
The fireball
Hope
is
it's
destroying
nothing
the earth.
serious.
It's nothing serious. We're all dying.
Jesus, that was Now I'm concerned.
Okay, I just want to let you guys know this is like the sacredest place.
He's yawning too.
Let me ask you. Have you ever seen swordfish?
Yes, we have seen. So thank you so much,
That was
Dang
fun.
Lizard.
Thank you, dang lizard. I appreciate that, buddy.
Go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike. Look at me. I did it. Kragers did it.